Welcome to our Integrated Science Intervention Program for SHS. Today in Integrated Science, we'll be looking at management practices in animal production. My name is Rhoda Ajuaboni, and I will be your facilitator. Imagine you want to go into rabbit production. What do you think you can do to increase the population of rabbits in your rabbitry? Good. You might be thinking that you buy a male rabbit and a female rabbit and allow them to cross. That is very good of you. This brings our lesson for today, breeding in rabbits. What is our target for our lesson? We are learning to explain breeding in rabbits. We will explain oestrus and signs of oestrus. Also explain signs of pregnancy in rabbits, and then we'll look at kindling. This is how we'll go about with our lesson. First of all, there will be explanation on breeding. Then we will discuss oestrus and its signs. Then there will be another discussion on pregnancy in rabbits. And finally, kindling. These are the key words that you'll be meeting: doe, buck, dam, oestrus, arch, kindling, litter, and bunny. Now we are coming to look at breeding. What is breeding? The mating of carefully selected male and female rabbits with the view of reproduction, either for food or income. So it is not taking any male at all or any female at all, but you carefully select a male and a female with desirable characteristics or with good features so that you can achieve what you want. Also, the male rabbit is called buck. So in our lesson, we will be using buck for the male rabbit. Also, the female is called the doe. Now, the buck becomes sexually matured when it is 7 months. For the doe, it becomes sexually matured at 6 months. The doe on heat is usually sent to the buck in its hatch for mating. Interestingly, rabbits believe in territories. So, when the female is on heat and you bring the male to its cage, there will be a fight. So, it is best to send the female on heat to the male cage, and that one, it will allow it to cross. For successful mating, the female should be left overnight, or you can decide to send it again the next day for crossing. And the sex ratio for rabbits is 1 buck to 10 does. You don't need 2 or 3 bucks for 10 does. Only one can successfully do the work for you. Now, let's look at oestrus or heat period in rabbits. Oestrus is the specific period in the sexual cycle of adult female animals during which it is prepared to receive the male for mating. So, at that particular time, when you send the female to the male, it will allow the male to cross it. What are some signs that will let you know that your animal is on heat? 1, the animal becomes restless. So you don't know whether it's sick or not. The animal doesn't even know what is going on in the body. Also, it will be jumping about and trying to get into contact with other rabbits in a adjoining cage. So when you see your rabbit trying to move to get someone, get another rabbit in the other cage, it tells you that your rabbit is on heat. Also, it will be rubbing its chin on the feeding and drinking trough. And one significant thing that you also see that your rabbit is on heat is that the vulva becomes swollen and very reddish. And the animal becomes aggressive. Also, when the animal is on heat, that is the doe, immediately you send it to the back, it is ready, or it will allow it to cross it. Let's watch a video on signs of oestrus in rabbits.
Now let's see how the female is on heat. So you hold, let's go back. Okay, so you when you want to pick it, you hold it, the ear plus the back skin, you raise it this way, you can put it here, then you watch. Okay, so your finger goes like this. You see the vulva is very reddish, pinkish red. That means that it's on serious heat. This shows how serious the female is on heat. So let's check something. I'm going to give it to a male. So follow me. I think the first male is trying, was proving stubborn. Let me close this before it comes out. Or let me try this. Let me change the male. Let me change the male and let's see what will happen. Okay, so let's go. So I have a male here. I hope you can see. Okay, thank you. Let's go to this side. Let's go to this side. So I have a stronger male at the top. Oh, sorry. So this is a section where my males are. So let's see what will happen. You know, the first one couldn't do the job well, so this is the second one. Let's see what will happen. Immediately you put it in. Shish. You see what has happened? That's a successful crossing. That's a successful crossing. So anytime the female is on heat, you wouldn't waste time in breeding, in crossing. Immediately you put the female in it, the male does the work. Okay, immediately you put the female in it, the male does the work. And you could see how strong the male is. That is the back. The back, it has done the work beautifully. Okay, and still the female is on heat. The female is seriously on heat. So what I mostly do when crossing is I take the female out. After 5 minutes, I put the female back. Okay, so we'll end here. That is the process. So as the male falls, okay, as the male has fallen, you take the female back. 5 minutes time, you put the female back again. That is the doe, back again for the second crossing. Then you take the female. When the male falls the second time, you take the female back to the cage. Then you introduce it for the last time, that is 3 times, to be certain. Some people say even the one works perfect, but to be certain and to be sure that your crossing was successful, you take the female back and you place it for the 3rd time for the male to cross it to fall. And that gives you a successful crossing. So if it fails, that means there's either a problem with the male or the female. It can be fat. It can be fat or it can be any other problem. So we'll talk about that one in the next video. Thank you very much.
I hope you saw the reddish and big vulva of the female. And you also saw that immediately it was sent to the male, it allowed it to cross it. Yes, this tells you that this rabbit is on heat. And you saw that there was a successful crossing. That is good. Now, we have crossed our female, the doe. Let's look at pregnancy in rabbits. The length of pregnancy, that is the gestation period for rabbits, is 31 days. Some can give birth 30 days or 32, but on the average, it's 31 days. Rabbits are highly prolific. They give birth to a lot of kids. The doe can produce from 1 to 12 bunnies at each birth. Some can even give birth to 15 or 18. We have miracle ones that can give birth to 20 bunnies. It can become pregnant again within few days of giving birth. So going into a rabbit production, you will not lose at all. You are secure that you will be getting the young ones and then your money will be flowing. Now, You have crossed the door. What will tell you that your animal is pregnant? Let's look at signs of pregnancy in rabbits. One is that the body weight will increase. 2, it will refuse to be mated. So if you are not sure, and maybe you send the female back to the male, no matter what, it will not allow the male to cross it. Frequent sleeping, that is also another sign to let you know that your doe is pregnant. The aggressive behavior again is also here. And then there's one interesting thing that your doe will be doing. It will start to build its nest. So the grasses that you've given to the animal, you'll see that it will be picking them, trying to build the bedding material. When you see your rabbit trying to build a nest, then provide the animal with a box. It tells you that your rabbit is pregnant. Very soon it will deliver. So provide a nest for a box for the rabbit, and it will start building the nest inside the box. Another thing that it will be doing, that it will be pulling fur around its belly. So when you come to the cage and you see fur around, it tells you that sooner or later the doe will deliver. These are all signs or indicators that tells you that your rabbit is going to deliver or your rabbit is pregnant. Now we've seen the pregnancy. We've seen things that will tell you that my rabbit is pregnant and very soon it will give birth. It brings us to yet another word, littering or kindling. What is it? Kindling is the act of giving birth in rabbits. Like I told you, the does kindle on average gestation of 30 days or 31 days. Bunnies are kindled into nest boxes, often at night. That is why I told you from the onset that when you see the rabbit building its nest, or when you see it removing the fur around the belly, then provide the box for the animal. And mostly in the night that they do delivery. Bunnies are born with eyes closed. So by the time the bunny comes, it doesn't see anything. So the mother will help the bunny to feed. They usually open their eyes after 10 days. So you start counting the day of delivery. Up to the 10th day, you see that the eye of the bunny is now open. Another thing is that bunnies are born without fur around them, their body. So to keep them warm, the mother, that is the dam, will pull fur from its belly to cover them so that the animal will not feel cold. It will stay warm. 10 days after their eye is open, then the fur will also start developing. So when bunnies are born, it takes 10 days for the eye to open. After the eye has opened, another 10 days before they will start developing fur on their body. That's interesting, eh? Yes. Let me give you this assignment before we go. Write it down. What is breeding? 2. Gives 5 signs of oestrus that you know. Now, in defining breeding, don't forget the carefully selected male and female. It is very, very important. All too soon, we are bringing our lesson to an end. Let's see if we can recall the things that we did. So, what have we learned? We came to realize that breeding is a selective crossing of male and female livestock to produce young ones. We also talk about the signs of oestrus, and we said restlessness and then swollen vulva are some of the indicators that tells you that your animal is on heat, and because of that you can send the female to the male to be crossed. We also look at kindling, and we said it is the act of giving birth in rabbits. Finally, rabbits are born with eyes closed and without fur to keep them warm. So the mother mostly provide fur to make the animals feel warm. Our next topic will be identification in farm animals. Thank you and bye-bye.